Hello, everyone. Joseph Goncalves here, creator, writer, and director of Love Undone. I thought it would be a great idea to break down some season 2 moments and provide some insight and behind the scenes on how we developed and created and crafted the second season. And I thought we would start off with none other than episode 204 of Love Undone, written by Ron Artist Jr. and directed by yours truly. So originally, this scene was supposed to take place with Dustin coming over to Sandra's house, sort of knocking on the door, letting her know that she had forgot something, all with the intention of wanting to stay. But due to that schedule that day, which was a little more packed than normal, I was forced to sort of rework the scene so that we could get what was really important, which is this moment between Dustin, Sandra, and Jeremiah. So what I did was I had Dustin and Sandra already start on the couch in close proximity so that way it made more sense for them to already be close.
Yeah. This was the last gift your mom gave you before her
mental health crisis. Yeah. You always remember little details about me. I like that.
Well, it's not hard to forget anything about you, honestly. What up?
Full moment of honesty and transparency. I was terrified to direct this scene because it involves some physical contact. If you've watched the episode, Jeremiah punches Dustin, rightfully so. But I was terrified of how I was going to handle that because it was the first time I'd been doing something like this. But when you have a great team around you and great collaborators, you can truly do anything. And that's what we had during this scene. So I'm really proud of how it turned out.
Oh, she has told me plenty about you.
I remember doing a big rehearsal with these 3 actors before we shot it, just to get blocking and emotion down. So by the time we shot the scene, it was seamless. And they could just let loose a little bit. Although the scene was asking for a lot, we could really go into it, really prepare for what was to come. And as you can see, that really shows throughout the scene.
Knows what you've been going through all this time. Then again, maybe not.
Bam!
Jeremiah!
Fuck, that was a cheap shot. You want fuck you? Yeah, get up.
Please.
Get up.
Now.
And everything from this moment on was ad-libbed.
You was probably dropping a soap. That's why you acting like a little bitch.
Yeah, how that draw?
Ask your girl.
And I remember that one taking me out clean. I was in the other room watching the monitor and tried so hard not to ruin the take, but I almost squealed because it was just so brilliant. Again, shout out to Robert for elevating the scene with that line, and just the two of them having that back and forth was really incredible.
Asked me about this the day you moved in, but you can make yourself a victim had you done that.
Man, what does that mean?
It means
I just want to give a really big shout out to our director of photography, Marshall Chen. We shot this 8-page scene handheld, which is not an easy task, but I really wanted the audience to feel like they were in that moment, sort of in the scene with these characters as they're discussing these very heavy topics. And I'm very glad we did it that way because every time I watch this scene back, I almost feel like I'm in the room. And that's what I really wanted to convey with this extremely emotional moment between these 2 characters who were exchanging some pretty harsh words throughout the entire scene. This was another scene that we really had to adjust a little bit. The weekend before this film day, we lost our original location and were forced to sort of figure out how we going to shoot the scene and how it would make sense. But gratefully, we were able to find a location. I normally take the Monday through Friday after each weekend of filming just to reconfirm logistics. And that was one that had fell through, and I was really nervous because, as you can see, this is a really big scene, and I wanted to get it right. And I'm glad we were able to. But if you've worked on an independent set or you're an indie creator, you know that it's all about the pivot and having to adapt. And this was a situation that we had to adapt to for the better because it turned out the way we really wanted it to. So this moment was a big part of the development in the writer's room as we were trying to navigate sort of, we knew that Jeremiah and Sandra would break up so that we could make room for this big relationship. And it wasn't until Ron sort of pitched this idea and we were all gobsmacked by it. And I remember reading that in an Uber on my way to work, being so shocked that she said it, even though we had discussed it. And then having to direct it and feel that over and over, I could really, it was just a moment you cannot describe. And the way Capella really stepped into this character that day, having to carry all that emotional baggage, was just incredible to witness. And I know that scene in the season really took a lot out of her. And I was just so incredibly proud of the way she handled that scene. Both of them, really. And this incredible song to carry us out of the episode. Just want to shout out Jay Ronell, and all of the other incredible artists this season as well. You know, music is a big part of the creative process and really bringing the work to life. So shout out to Jay Ronell and all of the incredible artists who contributed to this season. Could not have done it without all of you. If you enjoyed this breakdown and would like me to do other scenes, let me know which scenes you want to break down over. If you want a full episode, we can definitely do that. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting Love Undone. If you're new to the show and this is the first thing you've ever watched, subscribe and let us know what you think. We really appreciate your feedback. Thanks for watching.